Hey everyone, this is I1, letter I number 1, playing Bloons. Got the opening screen here, so let's just clear this out. Anything else? Yeah. Alright. Now, for this video, I thought it would be very interesting to explain how I get some ideas that I have done. I'm going to go into the basics. I'm going to go into hard. Okay? And we're just going to sandbox this real quick. Now, when I try to figure out some of the monkeys that I want to use, I have a method to make it work. All right, and this is the method. First, I get a sniper, and I make sure that sniper is maxed out on the top level, and that's it. Just that. And this is the reason why. This guy right here, I'm going to fortify him, right? This guy right here will be stopped by him. Oh, well. I forgot to do something else. Before we can do that, we have to make it so that he can see it. So we're going to put this guy up in this corner right here. No, wait, a little further. No, wait, yeah. All right. This is my hero, and when my hero is at level 8, we get that UAV, Call of Duty status right here. So now that my sniper can see anything, when I call this in, you can see how he's preventing the ship from moving forward, right? So what I like to do is I like to set this up, figure out the time that it will take for him to go. It's not all that important, but just something I keep in mind, right? And what I do is I then put monkeys next to the entrance of what I want to work out. So here's a weird one, right? This monkey right here, and if we go the bottom route, this gets a little weird when I try to set it up. All right, that was like nothing. You saw how quick that was? One more time. That was fairly quick. Right? And I know like other balloons go past, but really it's about breaking them on the outside. That's really the important part. Now, I've done a few of these guys with I've done this with a few different types of monkeys and a few different types of things. For instance, I'm looking right now. I have like a bit of a spreadsheet kind of thing. Not real spreadsheet. Honestly, it's just like Google Docs, and I typed in the name and the speed in which they are able to destroy these things, right? So I found that the quickest killer of those types of balloons, one of the quickest killers is the elite fast shooting sniper, right? Oh yeah, well, not just the bottom. He has to at least be at the second. This is him maxed out, so we gotta at least have him bumped up. All right, so you see how much faster that was. He shoots incredibly fast and does immense amount of damage on something as simple as the black balloon, which is incredibly strong. You know, it's no peanuts there, you know.
Tracking BFB.
Now, all these other ones are okay to figure out. Like these two can essentially get rid of one of the big black and green ones by the time it gets somewhere around here, right? Fairly quick, fairly soon. But really, the big test to me is this guy right here, because they're the fastest, you know? So it's really the hardest thing to have the most effect on. If I get rid of this guy and I put in the same thing, only instead of completely maxed out, it comes up just shy of the maxed out. Why? Because every other monkey that I go in this route will be like that. Only one monkey would actually be an elite defender. Only one. So I also have to test not just the maxed out ones, but the semi-maxed out. And you can see it's somewhat the same speed, right? We're talking mere couple seconds at most, you know, at most. It should be able to handle all of these, right? Let's sell this guy. Another really strong, wouldn't say monkey. I was gonna say monkey, but cannon. Really strong equipment is the cannon, the boom shooter, and going down the middle route, right? And then the two at the top, right? So because we don't need range, we're gonna be right on top of it. Now I'm gonna send it on its way, and you're gonna see how long it takes. Oh, do that again. All right, so that was fairly quick. That wasn't extremely quick, but it has an ability, and what's its ability? It is so fast. And the greatest thing about this ability is that when it's winded up like it is right now, it comes back every 4 seconds. So let's try one of the big ones, right? Now compare that to the machine gun sniper, and you can see like the big balloons. This is the guy to go to, you know. And you know, it's weird because when I first tried this out, I went top route because, you know, you think bigger is better, right? But check out the speed. See, you see how long that took? You know what I mean? Like that took much longer than the other one did. Look how long it's taken to break this guy. You know, I guess the one with the skull. It's crazy. I thought that the going like the top route would be like the bigger hits, but it's not. Middle route is the way to go. Middle route. Like, this is embarrassing. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. Now, here's the good thing about the big one, though. It has a lot of splash damage. You see, that's what it really is all about. It's not about the taking out the big ones. It's about slowing down the army, the majority of it, you know. So if you want to stop a lot, like this would be a cannon I would put further down the line, because I would want it to go up against the groups of balloons, not the big balloons, just the groups of balloons. So you put the middle route cannon right at the beginning, and then you put like this cannon. I wouldn't even know like a good spot to put it here right now, but you'll put this one down the line so it can catch the majority. And I would switch this to strong and keep this one on first, right? Whoop. Oh, I sent 2 of them.
Tracking COMG.
Let's see how these 2 cannons handle it.
Eyes on that exit.
See, that was fairly nice and quick and stuff like that. Let's try it, but this time let's use this button more often. Look at that already.
C'est la guerre.
Immense amount of damage. Immense amount of damage. It really is. I wouldn't know how to pronounce that. Mob. It's really a blimp destroyer. I like calling them blimps. I don't know why we don't call them blimps. So blimps. It's a blimp destroyer. It really is. So this is the front of the line. This is middle, and then like the last one. This guy would be the last one. I guess this would be a great spot. You know what? I'm gonna sell that. It wasn't the right way to go about it. It's better to go with the big blast because you're gonna be dealing with large numbers. You don't need to be faster. You need more splash damage, right? So did you see that? That was a lot. That was a lot. That's what I want, you know? So that's a great way to handle this. Now, I would not put this here. I would most likely put this like over here somewhere, you know? The only reason why it's going here right now is to just show its strength when given the opportunity, you know? Because we also got to remember this guy right here is making it so that these particular blimps slow down, right? All right. Now we got that. And that. Okay. Now helicopters. Right? I found out that this guy right here is the way to go. Saw that? Like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. Saw how quick that came and gone. Nothing. Saw that? That's the way it should go. That's how I want my destruction to be. Now, I used to go the bottom route. Right? Because, look, it specifically targets blimps and it pushes them back. Right? And it also comes with support. Permanent support. But you see that? See how long it's taking? It's crazy, right? You would think with 4 helicopters on it, even if 3 of them are smaller, it would have been a much more destructive weapon. But it's not. It really isn't. The top route for the helicopter is the way to go when it comes to these things. You know? However, these are perfect for the large numbers. So it's good to put this up maybe early on. But then you have to make the other one because it's just so much stronger. The middle route for the helicopters is a fun thing to do. However, it's more important to do the middle route for the helicopter later on in the game. Now, I'm going to explain why. If you go middle route, you get to this one right here. That gives you this guy down here. Okay? This right here is a way of getting supplies. This drops off a little guy right here. I don't know if you can see his gun. Let me see if I can move that. Yeah, you see him? So every once in a while, you could just drop one of those wherever this is at the time. Of course, if I come down here to click it, then it's always going to be here, which is, which sucks. It has range. It's not like a huge amount of range. It has range. That's its range, But it basically shoots like one of the snipers. Here you can see the crates that I just dropped off. Here, I'm gonna do something. Lock into place, right? So I'm gonna, when this this works itself back, I'll click it again. But I'll explain what these two are. This one right here allows you to change the position of anything that you already have. So let's say I didn't mean to put my hero there. I can use this guy to move my hero to the exact spot I want to. All right, stop that. All right, this one allows me to pick up somebody and take them on my path on the map. So I say, right, I go to use this. What?
Objective.
All right, there is nothing for me to grab, I guess. Oh, here we go. Boom. You can see one's heart and one's gold. Okay, if we just whoop. All right, that kind of happened really quick, but I think it gives you somewhere around 2,000 gold and 1 or 2 health, right? And it happens, as you can see down here, like every 30 seconds, I believe, either 30 seconds or a minute. I'm not really keeping an eye on it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 8, 9, 10. So I'm gonna keep an eye out, see how long it would take for that to go, and we're gonna find that out right now because I wasn't paying attention and I want that answer. $30 seconds. Takes about 30 seconds for it to come back every once in a while. Now, 30 seconds is a lifetime in the early rounds because you can go from round to round to round like it's nothing, right? You can go from round to round to round like it's absolutely nothing at the very beginning. You'll go from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 and you won't even feel it sometimes, I mean, maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, like the first 10 is going to be slow because you have nothing on the field. But after that, you're just going to bombard the levels, just plow right through them. And if you do that, I would recommend the farm, right? Because the farm will always give you X amount every round, right? So if it's going to give you X amount every round, it's good to have this going early on so that when you're plowing through all your rounds, you can pick up X amount of bananas every single time. However, later on, you're not going to be able to plow through the rounds. You're going to be sitting on some of the rounds, and you're definitely going to be there for more than a minute, which means if you have something like the helicopter or even the sniper, because there's a sniper support group, sniper support group, right here, that will also give you a package just like the helicopter. If you do the combination of the two, right, you will constantly get a package every 30 seconds, as we just showed. Like, it takes 30 seconds for it to happen, and this one I believe will also be 30 seconds. So you have three forms of income: banana farm, helicopter, sniper. Okay, I would recommend the farm early, then the sniper, maybe the helicopter. Okay, I say maybe the helicopter because the helicopter's okay. I would recommend more snipers than I would recommend the helicopter, because the snipers can do more damage. When you click on these two, they do significant amount of damage compared to what the helicopter can do. So it makes a huge difference, and the amount of money you get here is much higher than the helicopter. You get about 3,000 compared to the helicopter 2,000, but the helicopter gets its support at its second highest, not its highest, right? So you only get one sniper that gives you 3,000. All the other snipers that you would make would be only up to this point. Not the elite sniper, it would just be this sniper right here. Which means you will still get the same amount of time every 30 seconds. But instead of 3,000, you only get about 15. So strength, if you're going for stronger things, you want to go with this sniper. If you want to go with a higher gold count, you might want to go with the helicopter. Now, the reason why I go with the snipers over the helicopter is because I don't really struggle with gold later on in the game. I end up having a ton of gold every single time, and I actually have to try to keep up with spending the gold. So having gold, that isn't really a problem that much further, but I've made it all the way to only like 200. You know what I mean? Apparently, like, this game is like endless. I could just imagine what would happen if I go hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of levels. You know, I don't know if it's possible. I think certain conditions have to be met, but yeah, something like that. I'm gonna sell this guy. All right. What else? The Superman one is like incredibly good. Like, they do so much damage so quick. And I'm not just talking like the maxed out one that I pick, because this is the maxed out one that I always pick, and I always go with the top route right here. So if we were to send anything out there, it gets obliterated. All right, whoop, let's do that guy right here. Obliterated. You see, obliterated. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing. Now, of course, it's the most expensive one. It better be like nothing. All right, but this is the one I would get the most right here. So I would get a ton of these, and you can see we get a power up every time. Boom. That area, I call it blip. So boom, that area gets blipped. Whatever's in that range gets taken out. You know, does a whole lot of damage. And with a lot of the balloons, even some of the blimps, it's instant, just gone. Nothing you could do, right? But this is just look how quick it is. It is just as quick as the other one. We're only talking about like only slightly, like somewhat stronger than the one before. You see how like they're getting away from this one, whereas the other one, nothing got away from the other one. You know, I would never put it at the front here. Of course, if I were to put a hero, it would be like right in the middle here. Look at this range. Look at that range. Okay, that's almost every spot on the map. This is incredible amount of range. That means as soon as it comes in, it's hitting it, and it's hitting it all through here, and even right. It gets cut off right here. In fact, now that I'm looking at it, we can sell this guy, right? And we could put him right here. This is a better spot. So when it's maxed out, it reaches. It reaches over here. Look at that. So it covers everything here, most of this, all of this, right? And right at the very tip, this is the last moment that it has to do damage. I don't see too many things getting past this guy, you know? Look at this. Do you see this? It's insane. Now, let me not play with your heads, okay? We're also looking at round 1, okay? So if we say round 100 instead, right? These are much stronger now. Oh, yeah. Like, he's doing a good job in destroying them, but he can't stop them all. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's crazy. Okay, so like you really have to like wash them over. I'm a madman. See how one arm is always at the strong one, another arm's always at the front. Gotta love them. You gotta love them. I know there's like the other ones are like great. I think, you know, if I were to be absolutely real with you, one that needs to be used in order for you to make it into the real heavy ones is this guy right here. Whoops. All right, the temple demands sacrifice. All nearby towers will be destroyed, enhancing the tower's the temple's incredible power in different ways. You have been warned, right? So by doing that, you absorb everything in this range right here. Okay, so you got to be mindful. However, it also might very much work to your favor because you want as many strong things to be absorbed by the super monkey, right? And then you get the true sun god, which, do you wish to summon the true sun god? Do it. Okay, it's not cheap, it's not easy, and you're gonna have to replace a lot, but this guy right here does a lot of heavy lifting, a whole lot of heavy lifting. Now I want you to be very mindful of its platform. You see how wide this platform is? You can't put anything here. You see that? You can't put anything there whatsoever. It can't whatsoever. If I were to sell it and I were to put another one of these guys right here, I can put this as close as I want, and look what happens. All right, it's gonna be I just realized it's gonna be sacrificed, so gone. All right, so as you can see, nothing will survive this area, but more so it takes up a lot of space. So wherever you put it, you have to be very mindful that is going to absorb all that space. All right, this ain't too bad of a spot, to be honest with you, like right smack in the middle here, because it overlaps the road and you can't put anything on the road anyways. So that's good. That's good. But we're talking like this is not peanuts here, you know. To get to this one is 100,000, and to get to this one's is 500,000. You know, not peanuts. That's definitely like you needed to farm early, and you got at least a couple of those helicopters going for you, you know. All right. Those were all fun ones to pick. I really do enjoy those. Those are ones that I use. I also use the wizard. I do like the wizard too here, so that it can create the fire right there, and then going bottom route so that it can leave behind a few. Well, why is it not doing it? Yeah, there you go. You see all these balloons? Oh, I guess, yeah. Other balloons have to die first. I'm just now like saying this out loud to myself, but it takes everything that has died and creates a path right behind it. Obviously, you would have a lot more balloons by the time like you get to round 100. So this would just be an endless flow of balloon ghosts. Strong, but not strong enough. And no longer in range. But you saw how like it counts even like the tip of the balloon. Look at it. He joined the fight. Doesn't matter. Okay. Another fun one that I use is this guy. However, I only use it. Well, I don't only use it for the bottom route. I like to go the top route too. But the main reason why I use it is for this bottom route because it destroys the fortified balloons. The fortification that goes onto balloons, it helps remove those, you know. And then faster, so it can happen more often, right? It doesn't need to splash. It doesn't need to be a wide splash. It just needs to make contact. All right. Once it makes contact, it starts stripping away the fortification and putting it at the intersection here. Make sure that it hits twice, and then I usually put like another one, which goes the top route, and then fast, and I put it here. And that's because this one would work better on multiple ones. So this one will pop the big balloons, and then this will take out all the little balloons. That's the way I go about it. All right. So I feel like that was a great little tutorial of all the things I like. There's one more, actually, now that I think about it. This guy right here. Okay. This guy. So much fun. Now you see its radius. Really small. And it doesn't even reach like this side over here. However, if you max this out, it reaches and then some. Okay. And you see how much space it takes up? If you wanted to put something like right here, it gets real tight. But it is possible. It's not like the temple where like the temple was like set in its ways and there's no getting close to it. This one has a little leverage. Okay. And it also has something cool. When you max it out, not when it's semi-maxed out, just completely maxed out, it has an ability to shoot fireballs at its targets. You see that? So it doesn't even have to be close to the balloon for it to do damage. The sniper, and the helicopter are three things that are constantly hitting targets. And then when they get close, it does even more damage. I love it. You gotta love it, you know? The other one that I use has the same thing as that. When you max it out, it gets extra range, and it's the bottom route. And the reason why I go bottom route is for the multiple balloons. It shoots a ton of tacks, so the idea is that it's able to get rid of a ton of balloons. So if we were to look at it like this, I just sent 2 of them out there. We saw how basically one was able to get through eventually, like because it broke and was able to scatter. So let's look at it now. Let's see how it reacts now. It's all right. The tack one, this one's okay. There's another one. The middle route one has an amazing ability. Right? And this is it. Look at that. That's the whole map. The whole map. You could just do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes about 6 seconds, right? And then you can activate it again. All right. Big moves. I love it. Here's the thing. Just like the cannon, you have to press the button, right? Be honest, pressing the button is very annoying. It really is. However, you're not stuck pressing the button. If you play this game, you can add things like this. This, you put it on the map anywhere, literally anywhere on the map, and then you target any of the monkeys or cannons or equipment that you have, and it will automatically activate that particular target's abilities. For instance, my hero, throughout its growth of levels, gets 2 abilities. One is get multiple drones, and the other one is like the AC-130, right? If I put a tac bot and anywhere on the map, and I target my hero, it will activate it. Not all the time. It will activate it only when balloons are in range, so it doesn't even waste it. That's an awesome fact. It doesn't even waste it. Now you see, I spent a fair amount of money on it because I don't mind spending money on it. I got a lot of levels on a lot of things already leveled up, and I don't have any monkey knowledge right now, so I can't level anything up anyways. So I spent a fair amount to get myself a handful of attack bots, right? But either way, this is a great way for anybody to easily like pick those things that have abilities, like the cannon. I think the cannon is the best one for that. The best one for that, because it happens every 4 seconds. So if you're able to put the tac bot on that, you just have a beast cannon that hits hard every single chance it gets. And that is the way it should be. All right. So this video was fun, but it was real sandbox, real like professional, just explaining things, just to give other people ideas out there on how to, not just like which ones work the way they work, but how to figure out which ones work. Because maybe this method doesn't work for you, but I opened your mind and inspired you to try something new and to test things yourself. It's always good to test things. Don't be afraid to fail. And the best thing to do is just put time and effort, right? So for me, I think this is a great place to end it. So I'm going to wrap it up on this one. See you guys in the next one. Have a good one.